Welcome everybody, my name is Colton from Zimtu Capital. Today I'm here with President and CEO of Ares Strategic Mining, James Walker. James, thanks for coming in.
Oh, thank you very much for having me here, Colton.
So it's been a while since we talked, but I wanted to talk about the last couple of news releases that you guys released. So in early April, you announced the closing of a more than $4 million non-dilutive financing via a loan from the US government. So can you tell us a little bit more about what the money will be used for, how you acquired it?
Sure, no problem. So that's $4.5 million US, so just over 6 million Canadian.
Great,
so,
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
I mean, a couple million of that went straight away on buying a big industrial estate. So we've got a 50-acre site, industrially zoned, buildings already there, infrastructure already there, utilities, water, and water is one of the big problems in Utah.
Yeah.
So that was one big thing it went towards, and the money remaining from that will go towards the construction of the lumps plant. So the EPCM contractor, the welding, the project management, we now have the funds to get that all the way through to operating.
Wow, that's a big step. And you also announced the purchase of a 48-acre property. So what's the plan for that property?
So the plan there is going to be, we're going to have 2 processing plants eventually, and both of them are going to be sited on this property. It was very lucky this thing came up because we had been trying for a long time to find an ideal site where we could get access to water. It could be industrially zoned. It could be on a main highway, so we didn't need to take 30-ton trucks over small roads. And we could get to our rail spur easily.
Yeah.
So we were very lucky to get this.
Yeah.
The loan took a long time to close. So thankfully, the guy who was selling it to us was patient enough for us just to wait.
Yeah.
But obviously it closed now. Title has gone over to us. We're starting to move our guys and equipment onto that site now. So it won't just be a construction site, but our geology team is moving onto there at the moment.
Oh, really? Okay.
They'll be coordinating their efforts at the Spore Mountain from that as a base.
Yeah.
And management of that operation will all be sited at that 48-acre industrial site as well.
Great. That is a big step as well. So moving on to the latest release, just a couple of days ago, you completed the rail spur connection. So you mentioned it just now. So that makes it incredibly easy to transport material. So what can you tell us about how that impacts production, via time and cost?
So that was the main problem we had, is that when you've got an industrial operation like this, you're not shipping a few grams of gold or a few kilos of gold. You're shipping maybe 5,000 tons or 6,000 tons of product. If you're doing that by truck, that becomes incredibly expensive to the point where it might be prohibitively expensive, and your costs might make it not worth it. The rail spur one, it makes bulk transportation way cheaper, and it means we can get things further for less money and faster. And Union Pacific, where we're operating, they pick up all the time. So all that we're going to do is, with our customers, once we load it onto the rail car, they'll take ownership of the product. Yeah. Rail and Union Pacific will do regular pickups of that product, and obviously shipping it right across the country wherever they need it. And principally, I think it's very likely that the people we're talking with at the moment, the purchasers, they're going to be using the metallurgical lumps in steel production predominantly. Okay. So Ohio, Texas, or wherever they're transporting it, but it needs to go a long distance. Yeah, so, right. Wow,
that's a huge advancement. So that's all I had for you today. I think you guys are moving really fast now, it seems. Is there anything else you wanted to leave out on?
Well, we're moving fast now because we've been moving so slowly up until the loan closed. Obviously, that took way longer than we wanted, and it was massively frustrating. Yeah. But it's coming together quite nicely now. The other big item, of course, is that at the end of last year, the way we had a $10 million bond from the state of Utah, you have to relinquish it at the end of each calendar year. We've now been reissued that. Great. So we'll be looking to place that, and that'll give us $10 million US for that larger flotation plant, and that'll get us into full production capacity as well. So as far as the processing costs, construction, equipment, infrastructure, all of that is concerned, to achieve a fully fledged manufacturing and processing operation, those costs are all covered now. So that's a big relief to be able to say that and have that in place now, and actually have people down there doing real work again, as opposed to us going crazy waiting around.
Yeah, and it's just one step closer to being the first fluorspar, or the only fluorspar production in the U.S. So
that's it, and it's a good springboard for opening up other fluorspar mines across the U.S. There's no domestic competition. We'll have the expertise. We'll have the knowledge of what equipment is needed. how to explore these things. And so expansion potential is good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That is awesome. Well, it's great to hear from you, James, and we look forward to seeing what comes this upcoming summer and the next year. So thanks for coming in again.
Thanks, Colton.
Thanks.
Okay.